by Kevin McGranSports ReporterTues, June 12, 2018. The good news is the Toronto Marlies still have a chance to win the first Calder Cup in franchise history. That happens Thursday. The bad news is they squandered an opportunity to do it on Tuesday. Texas captain Curtis McKenzie started a 3-goal second period, beating an uncharacteristically shaky Garret Sparks in Game 6 of the Calde Cup final. Rene Johnston, Toronto star. The Texas Stars withstood an early Marlies barrage and used their own bit of luck and grit to win Game 6 of the Calder Cup final 5-2 at the Ricoh Coliseum. The series, tied at 3 games apiece, finishes Thursday with the winner take all Game 7, also at the Ricoh, 7 p.m. And doubt might be seeping in with Marlies started Garret Sparks posting his weakest outing, 4 goals on 17 shots, before being yanked. Kaya Rosen and Justin Hall scored third-period goals as a comeback proved fruitless. Sparks has been the backbone of the team all season, though it's probably not the worst thing in the world that backup Calvin Pickard got some playing time given the stakes on Thursday. The Marlies are trying to bring Toronto its first men's professional hockey championship since the Maple Leafs captured the Stanley Cup in 1967, but it's not easy. The Stars, who finished 22 points behind the Marlies in the overall standings in the regular season, have proven resilient opponents, answering each Marlies win with a win of their own, a fact that had not gone unnoticed in the Toronto room. Well, we've seen them come back now after we've won. They've won in this building, and so obviously they aren't going away. At the end of the day, we've got to win one game and it's not going to be easy, said forward Colin Greening. Texas is hoping to become the first team in Calder Cup history to win the championship by winning the last 2 games on the road. The Marlies spent the day trying not to think the cup was on the line, trying to treat it like any other, just treating it like any other day, as difficult as that may be. Marlies coach Sheldon Keefe said prior to the game, "We're here for a reason, and that's because of how we've played and how we've prepared, and we have to make sure we're doing the same things." By doing the same things, the Marlies were also hoping to duplicate their efforts in Game 5, when they scored on 2 of their first 3 shots and ultimately chased Stars goalie Mike McKenna from the game after 20 minutes. But McKenna, 35 and in his second Calder Cup final in 2 years, seemed intent on proving himself a money goalie, withstanding an onslaught of Marlies shooters, stopping 16 shots in the first period to keep the game scoreless. While the ice had been tilted in favor of the Marlies for the first period and most of the second, it was Texas that scored first. And it was a controversial play that opened the scoring and had the Ricoh crowd booing the refs. Martin Marinson was dumped in the corner, without a call, by Curtis McKenzie, the Stars' most dangerous shooter. He got control of the puck and had no one between him and the Toronto net, deking Sparks for his playoffs leading 11th goal and a 1-0 Texas lead. Sparks didn't look good on the next 2 goals by Travis Morin and Austin Fighton. In fact, the Marlie looked good on Fighton, who beat Greening up the ice while Timothy Liljegren seemed to miss an assignment. The second period ended 3-0, with the sold-out Ricoh crowd restless and with a few boos. There's a momentary boost of life when Rosen scored from the blue line at 1:37 of the first period, followed quickly by a Marlies power play. But Stars' Sheldon Dries scored short-handed to restore a 3-goal cushion and end Sparks' night. Hall scored with under 5 minutes to go. Keefe pulled Pickard for the extra attacker, and Marlies defenseman Vincent Loverty fell and fanned on a clearing attempt. Texas's Colin Markison scored with 3:32 to go for a 5-2 lead that started the inevitable march to the exits by the Marlies crowd. It had been a record crowd, thanks to newly installed seating at the north end, of 8,783, sports action and reaction delivered to your inbox, new NEWSLETTERSPORTSIGNO.